welcome. You're watching the market opening action on Money9. I'm Sakshi, Batra, and this is where you are actually able to see that the markets have opened with a huge gap up of about 400 points on the Sensex, and it has opened above the landmark 51,000 mark. Remember, there was a sharp closing in the extended trade in yesterday's trading session. 50,700 is what we had already claimed towards the close, but today the clear winner, if you can see, is the gains are actually getting extended as in when we progress in the early trade. 51,100, that was the level that we actually saw in the opening ticks itself. Right now we are up about 550 points addition on the Sensex, and a whole lot of euphoria in the banking and financial space is still riding high and is still cheering the markets on the F&O expiry. You can see names like Axis Bank, IndusInd Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, State Bank of India and HDFC Bank, all of them really pulling up the indices. 2% to a 3.5% increase for all of these banking names. Even from the financial space, you can actually see HDFC, names like Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Finance, all of them pulling up the indices as well. So the screen actually looks fairly green at this point in time. IT space is really participating. Infosys, HCL Tech, all of them up. TCS also adding on points to itself. Reliance Industries is also helping the markets inch up higher, along with Bharti Airtel with individual triggers as well. The oil and gas space and the leader ONGC, which has been the stock of the month so far, it's again up 117 rupees for that counter as well. From the auto space, there are stocks like M&M, Bajaj Auto still trading in the green right now. You can also see the infrastructure major L&T also still holding up quite in the green. From the FMCG pack, again, big counters like ITC, 0.5% up in trade. Maruti Suzuki, you see there, that was expected that it will reverse the kind of losses that it had seen in the previous session because of the Suzuki, the parent company Suzuki, really betting big and has aggressive targets for the India plans for Maruti Suzuki. So all of those counters really helping in. There's just bit of green for a bit of red as well, coming in on counters like Nestle, Tech Mahindra, Hindustan Unilever, Asian Paints and Titan. So some of the consumer discretionary names are not doing well at the moment. But overall, if you see, all the sectoral indices right now on the Nifty are well in the green, and the highest index or highest stocking index is again the metal index that's outshining all the indices at the moment. 2.5% uptick for this one. Apart from this, the IT stocks are really participating. The PSU banking space is definitely cheering the statements made by the finance minister. Of course, the private banking space, the large banks over here is going to be really cheering the kind of announcements that the finance ministry has made, and that is on account of granting the government businesses also to the private banks as well. The realty space is also cheering up, and 1.5% up is what we can see. This index, overall Nifty Bank Index, up about 1.8% in trade right now. Slight bit of uptick on the FMCG, but the financial space is also inching up. But you can actually see from the financial space, it's all 20 advances and no decline. So most of the banking counters have similar kind of a pattern. All of the stocks in the banking space are actually showing advances at this point in time. So all banking space, financial space is cheering at the moment as well. Talk about the broad market indices, and you can see the mid cap and the small cap index also participating in the gains in tandem with the benchmark indices. Both of them up about 1.5% in trade. अगर हम देखें कि निफ्टी के इस वक्त टॉप गेनर्स और लूजर्स कौन से हैं, तो आप देख पाएंगे कि ऑयल एंड गैस स्पेस से ओएनजीसी, साथ ही बैंकिंग स्पेस से एक्सिस बैंक, इंडसइंड बैंक और साथ ही बीपीसीएल और हिंडाल्को में भी अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस इस समय देखने को मिल रहा है. सभी काउंटर्स में अगर आप देखेंगे 1.5% से 3% तक की मजबूती जो है देखने को मिल रही है. बहुत ही कम काउंटर्स, अगर आप देखेंगे तो 5 से भी कम आज लूजर्स हैं व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द निफ्टी इंडेक्स, एंड स्लाइट बिट ऑफ लॉसेस कमिंग इन. बहुत ही मार्जिनल लॉस है इन सब काउंटर्स में भी. अगर आप देखें पावर ग्रिड, नेस्ले और डिविस लेबोरेटरीज आज यहाँ पर वीकनेस है, लेकिन ओवरऑल जो मार्केट्स का सेंटिमेंट है वो काफी पॉजिटिव इस समय नजर आ रहा है. और अगर आप निफ्टी 50 की भी बात करेंगे तो 15,151 के लेवल्स पर 170 अंकों की बढ़त और 1.25% तक की मजबूती वहां पर देखने को मिल रही है. तो ओवरऑल मार्केट्स का सेंटिमेंट काफी पॉजिटिव. आप जुड़े रहिए मनी 9 के साथ, क्योंकि अगले शो फर्स्ट टिक में हम आपको मिलाएंगे टेक्निकल एक्सपर्ट से, जो कि आपको बताएंगे कि आज यानी कि F&O एक्सपायरी के दिन ट्रेडर्स और इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होनी चाहिए. तो बने रहिए मनी 9 के साथ.